Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Brian Tarian from the Disability Digest. And I haven't done many of these live events on YouTube, so I hope this one comes out all right. Thought it would be appropriate today because there's four things that I want to cover, and um, this is an efficient way to do it. Most of these are items that have been comments from others that listen to videos and participate in the comments on our YouTube channel. So, one category is other benefits, one category is those who are not qualified for their disability benefits yet. Got a job blip, and then some tips for people for asking for stuff for help, like just some general guidance that we've found that is successful. So, that's what I'm going to cover. Um, so, first of all, earlier this week, we released a conversation with other advocates here that was about other benefits that you could get um, while you're going through the disability approval process or on disability benefits. And one of them, a comment was from a veteran. He said, "I've been thinking about applying for disability benefits and I haven't yet. Should I? I don't really know, but I'll give you a few things for you and others to think about that are kind of in this process of thinking about it." The Veterans Administration is one set of benefits. It's totally independent of Social Security. You can get both, and many do. And it's up to you if you think you should or not. But I will say this, if you're not working, and not just for veterans, but for anybody, if you're not working and you're not able to work and you've paid into the Social Security system, then that's what those benefits are for. And if you wait too long, which is unfortunate, but it happens to so many people, they wait too long before they apply and they're no longer available. As a general rule, if you've been out of work for 5 years or more, your disability benefits have expired. And welcome, Cindy, JR, some of you other folks that are coming in here. Welcome. Glad to have you. Um, See some of your questions. I'm going to get to those in a moment after I cover these topics here. So, anyway, if you've been out of work or don't think you can work, definitely pursue disability benefits if the extra income is helpful for you. That's number one. Another tip is for those of you that are working and don't think that you're going to be able to work, and you don't have long term disability insurance from your company, I would I would do yourself a favor and give it a serious investigation. And yeah, you're going to have to pay some for it. Maybe your company offers it, maybe they don't. But here is the dilemma and what this solves. When you stop working and you don't have any income to support you while you're going through the disability approval process, which could be 10 months if you get approved at the initial level, 28 to 30 months if it's at the hearing level. So if you don't have funds to go through that, I don't probably need to explain this, but it makes it difficult to pay your bills, put food on the table, handle your responsibilities, get your medical treatment, which is necessary to get approved. Um, so by getting your long-term disability in place, or short-term disability policy first, and then long-term disability second, you can really provide some stability for you and your family and your chances of getting your disability benefits. So that's second tip about other benefits. We don't have a lot of resources here to help you with that long-term, short-term disability. We help people if you've been denied your benefits. That's something we can certainly provide you guidance and advice. But as far as purchasing it, I'm just sharing the concept. It's not something that we have done a lot of research on. So, hey, if you learned something to share with others, that would be great. If you want to, reach out to us, we'd love to learn that. I've been following some of the comments from Sunflower on her YouTube channel. Looks like she's about to land a job, which is great. And for those of you that are out there looking for work to do, You certainly can work, supplement your disability, keep your benefits. If you're interested in transitioning and going back to work on a full-time basis, there's programs and resources that you can do that are available from through the Disability Digest. We partner with other companies that are all set up to do this. So keep that in mind, and good luck to Sunflower on landing your job. Last thing I want to go through before I take a few of these questions is requesting help. Like I was looking here, I have a comment on our YouTube channel. Need help. Another one says, want to speak to you. How do I contact you? Well, um, here's the thing. I mean, a lot of this depends on what you're looking for. But my point is, if you're looking or asking for something, I encourage you to give some thought to putting together a plan. One of the biggest challenges that people have is housing, and I'm going to use that as my first example. People say, listen, I'm looking for housing. Can you help me find housing? And I ask them, yeah, what's your plan? What do you need? And they're like, I don't know. I got to find some housing. So here's the situation. If we direct you to housing resources, which we can, and we know how to do here at the Disability Digest, and you go in there and you don't have a plan, your chances of getting help are like low to no. So, what we encourage you to do is to have a plan and use the same strategy for other areas. How much money do you have to spend? Like, what is your housing budget? You need a housing budget. Is it 200? Is it 400? Is it 500? Right? So, you've got to be real with that. Um, where is it that you would like to live? And where is it that you do not want to live? I want to live on the other side of the tracks uh, for whatever reason. And what is it specifically that you're looking for? Are you looking for a one bedroom, a two bedroom? Can you live on the third floor? Does your mobility allow you to go upstairs? Or do you need an elevator? Do you need any accessibility accommodations in your apartment? So these are all things that you need to think through. So you think about it this way. If you go to somebody that's a housing counselor and say, listen, here's my plan. Here's my 5-point plan. Here's my budget. I don't want to live here. I want to live here. You're going to get your chances of success just went up. Same thing with job. I've got this amount of time. These are my skill sets. I feel I can transition them in here and do this, add value. That's what I'm on that same channel. So when you're asking for help or asking for things, be specific, not just here, but anywhere. And I expect you're going to get a lot better results. Okay, those are my tips for the day. Got some questions here. How long does it, this is from Cindy, how long does it usually take after you have a hearing with an ALJ? I expect you're waiting for a decision, hopefully favorable, Cindy. So that could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months commonly is what the time frame is for that. Now, I've seen some people that have gotten paid before they've received their actual letter. So my suggestion to you, Cindy, is to keep an eye on your My SSA account. And for anybody in general, if you're tracking the progress of your case to get approved, is look in there in your My SSA account. That's the first place where you're going to get it. Oh, okay. Here's another one from JR. CE question. We're getting a lot of these. CE is a continuing. Um, I think you mean CDR exam. Oh no, maybe I misunderstood. Okay, a CE exam. Can I expect a decision? Okay, so I'm. This is my hunch, JR, is that you as well are going through the approval process, and you have gone for an independent medical exam or a CE exam, and you want to know when you can get a decision. Well, I don't know exactly, but I'll give you kind of some general guidelines. It is typically the last step in the approval process. Like you've filled out paperwork and you've done all these other things, and you have the CE exam. So I would say, as a general guideline, 2 to 4 months from your CE exam. things are not consistent still because of COVID. We're still seeing like 11 months, 12 months for an initial decision. It should be 4 or 5. Some areas are getting back in that range, but not everybody. So it's tough to pinpoint that. Jasmine, I have a hearing in December. Good for you. With an administrative judge, I'm not sure what to say. It's December 1st. We have the answers for you. I don't know if you're a member here because I don't recognize everybody's name. We have 172,000 plus, but if you are a member here, reach out to us by replying to any of the emails and just send that same question in to support. If you're not a member, register and send that message in to the first email that you receive. This is what we have for you. What we have done is we have taken hearings and gone through the audio files of numerous hearings, and we gathered the common questions that are asked, and we put them all together in a nice, easy to understand format. We have helped you understand where those questions came from in your application process. So it makes it super easy for you to understand what the possible questions will be and how to answer them. So that's how we can help you there. Are you information? Hang on a moment. I'm just reading this one. Hello. Thank you for the information. I just got approved. This is from Marlo. Way to go, Marlo. Congratulations. Yep. And if you're a member here, make sure you let us know because we'll update your membership from sending you information to help you get approved. We'll now teach you how to keep your benefits and maximize your benefits. Good for you. All right. So let's see. Oh, I did miss one item here. I can circle back to that. Okay. We have one from uh, Betigator, I guess. I don't know. I was denied with conditions, several conditions, initial application, and now in the reconsideration. Um, is this in the SSA Blue Book? What am I? Oh, okay. This is a really good question. So, was denied, has a condition in here. Help. Sorry if I butcher the pronunciation. Follicle lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's cancer. Okay, got it. So, this is what I have to say to that. If you have a condition and there's listings that you can go to Social Security listings and just Google it and look it up. I can't share my screen here, so I'm not able to show you. But if you look them up, there's all kinds of different listings for cancer, for back, for mental health conditions. But here's what's misleading about that. Not necessarily misleading, but what people don't understand is I'll use um, I'll use cancer as an example. There's categories for cancer for listings. Somebody could have cancer that has a different degree of severity than somebody else. So just because you have cancer doesn't mean that the severity of the cancer is going to meet the listing so that you can be approved. So that's one. It's like a bad back. Some people suffer from back pain, but that's different than a back fusion. And a back fusion's pretty severe, and if it limits your mobility and you can't sit or stand, then it's likely that you're not able to work. So that is the difference. The having the condition is one thing, but it's the severity of it is a second thing that needs to be meet that listing. Now, in addition to that, there's one other layer here. Not only does the severity need to meet it, but that severity needs to be in your medical records. There's a gentleman that I met here, great guy, Long Island. He came to us after he'd been denied. He had stage 4 cancer, and he had been denied his disability benefits. And at the best we could tell, he was denied because his medical records didn't clearly communicate the severity of his cancer. Believe it or not, this individual unfortunately passed away before he was approved. So here's somebody that clearly had the medical condition, wasn't approved, and you know, so you need to have all the boxes checked. Um, okay, I'm going to take one more here, and then I'm going to wrap up with this last one here. Applied, and this is from Sabrina. Applied in March. Still have not received any information. Okay, 90% complete. Uh, you know what? I'm just kind of getting communication in from members that have November, December applications from last year. So your March, I don't know what state you're in. There's some variables there. Um, yeah, so hang in there. You're doing the right thing by following your account. Okay, here's a topic that I forgot to cover and I got wrapped up. A lot of people, you'll see comments. I've been trying to get my disability for 10 years, for etc. I'm not able to get them. My husband makes too much. They won't approve me. I just want to remind everybody this is the biggest challenge that we face here with people coming and looking for benefits is they don't qualify simply because they have not worked enough. The Social Security disability system, right? Social Security disability is one program, SSI welfare is another one. For Social Security disability, you need to have worked and paid your FICA tax. So if you're an employee of a company, and every time they take that tax out of your check, it funds your Social Security. It's an insurance program based on that. If you are not paying your taxes or you have some other type of deal where you're not paying into Social Security, then you're not going to be funding your Social Security. And when you go for your check, if you have to, then there isn't going to be anything there. So, a few words of advice here is if you know of somebody that maybe has been out of work for a while, like year 4, year 3, they really need to take action on getting their benefits going because it might take them 3 years to get approved. And if they're been out of work for like 4 years, they want to make sure they can try to get approved um, before those things expire. Ideally, you want to catch it much earlier. Think about it this way: if you catch it much earlier and you go through the approval process, and it takes you 3 years and you get denied, but you do this right when you stop working, you'll have 2 shots at getting approved. It's really what it is, because when the first one expires, it's 3 years, let's say, and benefits expire after 5 years. So you still have another 2 years really to get an application started, build your evidence, and go through it. So there's just so many disadvantages to waiting. The expiration, your check decreases, all that. So anyway, listen, thank you for participating in today's live event. This was fun. And as a reminder, here in the YouTube channel, Facebook page, the videos that we do, we cover like the big picture stuff. But if you need information or would like information that is specific to your needs, like we have somebody that question about waiting for a hearing, that was perfect. We have that information, and it's just a specific course that we release to people. So if you're looking to get your benefits, you want specific information, you've been approved and you want to keep your benefits, maximize your benefits, joining us as a member or reaching out to us if you already are one, and speaking to one of our advocates, benefit counselors here, which is totally free, um, can help you out. Because here's my point: there really isn't any one size fits all or any two cases that are like or individuals that are like. And this drives your ability to get approved. Like somebody with cancer is different than somebody with a bad back based on their age and their work history and where they live and what their medical treatment is. And all of these variables are going to be a factor in helping you get approved. Now, once you're approved, same set of circumstances. What your income is, there's actually more. What your income is and where you live and the conditions that you have, those all are also factors. So for us here, we've broken it all down, and we have the ability to go in and look at things that you are paying for, maybe you don't need to pay for, things you should be getting and you're not getting, to help you out. So we welcome you to join us. So that's it for today. Wishing everybody a happy Friday, and we'll come back and do this again. Make it a great day. Be well.